Getting your first 100 sales on Etsy can sometimes feel impossible when you're brand new. You start making a bunch of listings, you start looking at your stats, and womp womp womp, you don't have any sales. And that's the exact moment when a lot of new sellers spiral and might be exactly why you're watching this video right now. You might be starting to think this isn't working, maybe I picked the wrong niche, or maybe Etsy is too oversaturated. But after seeing hundreds of students in my private community go from 0 sales to their first 100 sales in their store, I can tell you this: most Etsy sellers don't fail because Etsy doesn't work. They fail because they give up too quickly. And a lot of times that's because they don't understand what's normal and what to expect when you're starting an Etsy business, let alone any business, especially if you haven't started one before. So before I give you the 3 steps to get you your first 100 sales faster, we need to talk about what it actually looks in the beginning so you know what's normal and what to expect so you don't panic thinking that everything you're doing is wrong. The beginning of Etsy is not fast. And honestly, it's usually very, very quiet. You might list 20 products, 30 products, or even 50 products on Etsy and not even get your very first sale. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing it wrong. It means that you don't have any reviews yet. You don't have any sales history for customers or even Etsy to look at yet. Etsy's still learning your shop and learning what buyers to show your listings to. And you're still learning what works, how to make listings, how to make designs. There's so many little skills you have to learn in the beginning that make it feel like you're doing so much work for nothing. But this first phase of your first month or 2 on Etsy isn't about making money just yet. This should be about building momentum. One good analogy for this would be how bamboo grows. You plant it in the ground and for 4 years you see nothing. But during that time it's growing its roots, it's building its foundation, and then after 4 years it shoots up to 80 or 90 feet in a matter of weeks. And that's kind of exactly what happens on Etsy. At first, it's slow, inconsistent, unpredictable, and this can definitely be really scary if you've only ever had a normal job before and you're used to the amount of time you put into something gives you back a certain amount of money. But if you stick to it, it can really pay off. Because once things start finally working, it really speeds up. Let me show you a few examples from students in my community. Let's take Lacey, for example. It took her almost 6 months to get her first 100 sales, but she hit her next 100 sales in under 30 days. Claire took almost a year to get her first 100 sales, but then when she went from 800 to 900 sales in her store, it took 8 days. It took Rosa 9 months to hit 100 sales, but then she jumped to 500 sales in just 4 months. Same shops, same people, but completely different speed once the momentum kicked in. And that's the part that most Etsy sellers end up not getting to because they quit during that slow building phase, before the momentum ever has a chance to build. So let's set some expectations. Some sellers like Stacy hit their first 100 sales in less than 2 months, but after seeing hundreds of sellers hit their first 100 sales, I'd say on average, this takes most sellers between 3 months and 6 months, depending on how much time and effort you put into your store, like how many listings you can get put up per week. And again, your next 100 usually come way faster. The first 100 sales build the foundation, the next 100 sales help build the momentum. Listings-wise, how many listings you'll have to get up in your store in those 3 to 6 months to get that first 100 sales can really vary. I've seen sellers get their first 100 sales with less than 100 listings, and I've seen some sellers that take 900 listings. It's really just going to depend on what kind of skills that you bring to the table to get started. Some people, if you've had any design experience, if you're more computer savvy, this process might go a little bit faster. And if you are not as computer savvy and you've never started a business, you've never made any designs, this might take you just a little bit longer, but don't let that discourage you thinking that it's never going to happen. We should be building Etsy businesses as a long-term business strategy. I wish that it was more of a get-rich-quick business model, but it's definitely not. So now that you understand a little bit more of what it actually is going to look like, let's talk about how to get there faster. If I had to start my business completely from scratch today, these are the 3 things I would focus on immediately to get to my first 100 sales faster. Number 1 is to list consistently. Your first step is simple. You need enough listings. Not because more listings equal instant sales, but because more listings equal more chances to find what works for you. Every single listing helps you learn what buyers are looking for, what buyers are clicking on, and what they're actually buying. Every single listing is a test, and most people quit before they run enough tests. That's why in the beginning, I really recommend, if you're just getting started, to do at least one new listing every single day of the week. This is really going to help you learn the foundational skills of how to make listings, how to make designs, how to make mock-ups, and get listings up in your store quickly. Once you've got the basics down, if you're watching this, you've already got 10, 20, 30 sales in your store, then your strategy should be a little bit higher than that. Again, it depends on how much time you have to put into your business, but I'd say anywhere from 10 to 25 new Etsy listings every single week. We don't want to be doing a bunch of listings one week, nothing for 2 or 3 weeks, and then a couple more listings. We want to be listing consistently. This tells Etsy that you're a serious seller, but it also gets a lot of listings in the pipeline to start giving you data about what works. You're not trying to just guess right one time. You're trying to give yourself enough chances to be right. Now, step number 2 is double down on what's working. What happens when something starts to get some traction? One of your listings starts to get a bunch of favorites. Hopefully one of them starts to sell. That's when this is a really, really key part of the process. You need to double down when something is working. You need to go deeper, and that's where the real growth really happens. This can look like making new sayings for the same niche that you're getting a lot of favorites or sales in. That can be adding different design styles to the same niche, but with the same saying that would appeal to different customers. Or that could even be putting that same design that's already worked for you on another new product like a tote bag or a mug. Let's look at Juliana's win from my community. She had a listing getting a lot of favorites, but it hadn't sold. And so she made a new saying based on the same niche and listed it. And that listing hit 100 plus sales on the one listing in just 3 weeks. And it became her very first bestseller. Once you find that you're getting demand, you know people are searching for that item. If they're not buying it, then making a new design for what you know people are already searching for is a great way to try and take advantage of the traffic you know that's already there. Another win from Teresa, she said, I just reached 1K sales in one of my stores today. I have 3 bestsellers, all from one doubling down design. Aisha says almost 4,000 sales, here's to doubling down. And then we have Rachel's example. She says, I sold 8 candles in one order this week, biggest candle order ever, and it's for a design I listed 1 week ago, so it's the fastest sale ever too. She said, I used Cassie's recommendations for this one. I doubled down right away on something that sold for me that week. I used another design style that sold well somewhere else and pulled it here, and I listed 2 design options in one listing and both designs sold. Now I'm off to go make more. And that leads us right to number 3, one of the strategies that will get you from 0 to 100 sales absolutely the fastest. And that is to increase the sales per customer that you're getting. Instead of needing more customers, you can actually make more money per customer. And there's 2 different strategies for this. Number 1 is multi-item listings. These let people shop inside your listings instead of shopping someone else's. Let's take a look at this example. Instead of making one ornament for sale that's for baby's first Christmas, what if you made 4 different variations of that ornament? So when the customer clicks on it, if they don't love the first one that you had as the main image of just one ornament, they can look through the options and see what other ones that you have available. Now, if you're not selling clothing, this is a really great option for mugs, for tote bags, for blankets, for ornaments, really almost any product besides clothing for the most part. This one makes perfect sense to try. I have another great student example for this one. Ayumi had 100 sales in the beginning of November, but by the end of December, she reached 1,000 sales in her store. When she shared her win with our community, she said, just like Cassie said, adding multiple design options within a single listing made a huge difference. My conversion rate this month reached 11.5%. Thank you so much for that advice. A normal conversion rate for Etsy shops is anywhere from 2% to 4%. So 11.5% is huge and means that she needs way less people to actually click on her listing to make the same amount of money as someone else. For example, if you wanted to get 100 sales with a 3% conversion rate, that means you'd need 3,333 people to click your link, and then only 3% of them actually end up buying it, gets you that 100 sales. But if your conversion rate was 11.5%, 10%, you only need 870 people to click your listing to get those same 100 sales. It's really simple math. The higher conversion rate you can get, the less traffic that you need because you're getting more sales from smaller amounts of visitors. And that leads us to strategy number 2, which is group listings. Group listings can be an absolute game changer in your business, and in my opinion would be the #1 fastest way to get you to your first 100 sales. Because one customer is going to be buying multiple items from you. For couples shirts, they're buying 2 every time. Bachelorette party shirts, they'll be buying 5 to 10 or 15 every time. Or if you sell in vacation or family trip niches, you might sell 5 to anywhere to 30 items all at the same time to one customer. Because then you don't need 100 customers to get those 100 sales. And you know that I've got more real life examples from my students in my community. JJ says, I'm finally starting to get the hang of applying trends to different niches and creating group listings. It's really starting to click now. I just got an order for 6 shirts and I'm starting to see sales come in from a design I made based on the trend report. Jackie says, I didn't have a chance to post yesterday, but I got 2 group sales yesterday. The first one was for 7 items and the second one was for 28 items. Jenny says, my win is selling my first group listing. I've posted a few group shirts, but they haven't sold. Today I got an order for 12. Heidi says, all right, I'm sold. After taking 4 weeks to move from 1,900 to 2,000 sales, which I hit last Wednesday, I finally decided to be serious about group listings. I put up a group design the same day, and 2 days later, I got my first group order of 26 shirts, with a bunch more coming in since then. Why, oh why didn't I do this sooner? Elena says, not a lot of sales yet, but I woke up to an 18 shirt order. I had some group listings before, and my record was 12 shirts in one order, but this one was not even a group listing. So if you've been avoiding group listings or multi-item listings, this is your sign. The things that you're scared of might be exactly what you need to recharge your shop and get you to your goals even faster. And this last part might be the most important part of the whole video. Most beginners jump from niche to niche, try everything, but never actually get deep with their niches. But top Etsy shops typically have 3 to 5 main niches that they sell in, and they create hundreds of listings over the years in each of those categories. Let's take this store for example. They've been open 2 years and they've sold over 30,000 items in that time. They've got over 1,000 listings and 180 of them are in the sarcastic shirt niche. And then they have hundreds in the animal niche as their second option, 93 different cat shirts, a bunch of other items for dogs and other animals. And then their last big niche is holidays. They have hundreds and hundreds of holiday listings like for Christmas, Valentine's Day, Easter, and St. Patrick's Day. They didn't win by doing everything. They won by going deep in a couple niches that really sold well for them. And notice that they're not just posting for holidays, because that's one of the biggest mistakes that I see new sellers making, is only posting listings for a holiday that's like a month and a half away. That's so much work for you to be putting in for those listings to not even be something that someone's going to be looking for in a couple of weeks from now. That's why it's really important to build your evergreen niches, like how that store listed in the animal niche and the funny shirt niche. And if you're not sure what evergreen niches even sell well on Etsy, then I do have a free resource just for you. I built a list of 5 of the top evergreen niches that sell well on Etsy with 10 of their popular sub niches for each of those 5 to give you a really good range of ideas of what types of niches sell well on Etsy and how you can get started really building out these evergreen niches for your store. And if you want that list, just comment the word niche down below and I'll send you a link to join my email list. And then you'll get that emailed directly to your email box. I'll also have it linked down in the description as well. And I have another really exciting announcement. If you've ever looked at joining my POD Roadmap course, you're gonna be super excited to find out that it's now going to be offered as a monthly membership instead. And we're about to be launching our 90-day Build Out Your Niche Challenge. We'll help you pick your evergreen niche to design for, and over a 90-day period, help you make 100 to 300 listings in that niche. And it'll come with weekly listing reviews to make sure that you're on the right track, and weekly trainings to help you learn along the way and get there faster. If you feel like you need more direction, accountability, and support along the way, then this community will be the perfect place for you. And it's also going to come with my famous monthly trend reports where I share all of the designs that are trending on Etsy right now, what to be designing for in advance, which will save you so much time in your research process, all included in the 1 monthly fee. If you're interested in joining, comment the word waitlist down below and I'll send you the waitlist link. Or if you're watching this in a couple of weeks, check the description and I might have a link for you to just sign up right now. So remember, getting 100 sales on Etsy isn't complicated, but it does require consistency, patience, and enough reps. If you just stick to it, 100 sales isn't a question of if, it's a question of when. Make sure you subscribe to see more great print-on-demand videos just like this released every single week, and I'll see you in the next one.